Hello, my name is Joe Deveney, and I have a background in the U.S. military as a Chinese linguist and network administrator, but I've always been interested in coding. For my Capstone project, I decided to build a website app that would allow military members to view the surf, wind, tide forecasts for beaches on military bases in Hawaii, as well as allow members to leave messages about dangerous riptides, rocks, and other hazards. Please let me show you now. So this is my landing page, the home page. There's a quick description of how to use this site, this application. And then there's a description of the 5 military bases here in Hawaii that are located on beaches. There's a brief description of each one of these beaches, and there's also information that I pulled from the weather API that forecasts the wind direction as well as the strength of the wind. Initially, I had a surf related API, but I was only able to do 10 free API calls a day. So you can see how, with troubleshooting, that was quickly became pretty impossible to do. But I did have it working, and going forward in the future, I might even pay for that, just so I can use it myself. Up here, we have a bio page, just a quick bio about myself. There's a contact me page, just phone number, email address. And then this is where users can leave a message about, well, really anything they want, current conditions, riptide, things of that nature. So the user will select one of the 5 military bases, and then they will type in the message. So test waves were dangerous today. Be safe. They can submit the message. It's not working right now. And then, as you can see, the users can move over to the view messages page, and that message that they just posted will be there. There will be a timestamp, the beach name, as well as the message that they just left. Up here, users are able to filter messages based on whatever base, based on the base. So, for instance, if they choose the Conway Marine Corps base, they'll just have messages about that base, and you can see that all the timestamps are up here. So from the 5th of January all the way to the current one on on the 12th. Going forward in the future, I hope that I can implement this date range that'll allow them to search filter not only based on the base but also on the date. And that is basically my website. These are some of the wireframes. So this is initially what I intended to do, and a lot of this has I've kind of kept the same structure. As you can see, this is the about page, information. This is the contact page, so essentially exactly what I have right now. And here is the home page. It's a little bit difficult to make out, but there's the instructions on how to use it, a welcome, and then the API data, description, location name. So basically the exact same thing as to what I have, but initially I was going to put a map just due to time constraints. I was not able to do that. Now I'd like to show you my code. So this is kind of the meat and potatoes of this application. One thing that a great learning process for me was, instead of hard coding these 5 longitude and latitude for the 5 bases that I mentioned that I'm doing this API call for, I just made an array and I mapped through the array and then just did the API call. However, I found out that using .map, it doesn't pay attention to the asynchronous order, so I had to use a promise all to make this function work. That took me a couple of days of research, and I was about to ask for help, but I finally figured it out. And then here I just converted the degrees from, because no, it's not very user friendly to have the website render 45 degrees. Winds are from 45 degrees, so I just translated that into north, east, south, and west. And that is basically. Oh, one more thing is to remove the extraneous information from the timestamp, like the seconds and milliseconds. I just spliced the end data off the timestamp and just was left with the hours, the day, excuse me, the days, the hours, and the minutes. Or excuse me, just the day, the year, and the month. And that is it.